Hi, my name is Lila. I live in a little town called Paraparaumu in the North Island of New Zealand, about an hour north of Wellington. And I suffer from myalgic encephalomyelitis. It took me a long time to be able to even pronounce what was wrong with me. But now it's kind of ingrained in my brain. I considered putting on makeup and doing my hair for this video blog, but then I thought, what's the point of that when you really want to see me at its worst? So here I am without makeup. Don't know, where does it show up? Big bags, black circles. It's pretty standard, really, for me. I am 36 years old. I was diagnosed officially with ME about 2 years ago, and previous to that I had endometriosis. Might have to Google that one, and they think that there's a direct link between endo and women developing ME after they've suffered from it. I had that for 10 years, undiagnosed, because no doctor would believe me that there was anything wrong with me. And so I kind of have a lot of anger towards the medical field here, because I kind of think that maybe if they'd caught the endo faster and treated it quicker, I might never have ended up with ME. It's one of those illnesses where people look at you and they think, well, you look okay, so you can't be that sick. But that's because most of the time I don't let people see me when I'm at my worst. I don't want people to see that, so I hide it a lot. But I've made the decision recently that I'm not going to do that anymore. People aren't going to understand how debilitating the illness is if they don't see me at my worst. So I've started doing that. I had about 6 months where I felt like I was kind of going into remission. I wasn't as sick. I wasn't really having flare-ups. Yeah, I was still tired, but everything else was pretty good. And then about, what are we? It's May now. So about October, November 2014. So about 7 months ago. Sorry, I had to calculate that in my head. About 7 months ago, I got hit with a whole bunch of stress. I don't really want to go into that, but ever since then, it's been a slow decline back into ME hell. I have just recently spent the last sort of 6 weeks being sick, not with ME, but I had a lymph node behind this ear swell up really badly, and it was absolute agony. And they decided that I had an infected lymph node, so I was put on really strong antibiotics for about 10 days. That went down, which is good, and that went away because it was excruciating, so that's great that that was fixed. But since then, I have caught one bug after another, because here in New Zealand it's going into winter, so it's that time. So I've caught a cold that would go away, get a few days to a week reprieve, catch another cold, and I've had about 3 or 4 colds right on top of each other. And now I'm finding that I'm in the middle of a really bad flare-up, which you can't see the flare-up which I guess is why people have a hard time seeing that. But for me, especially this week, it's been really bad. The tremors have been really bad. Today, they're actually pretty good. There's only a slight tremor there. But I'll see if I can add some video footage into this when I edit it, that I took of my tremor the other day. But it was pretty bad. It was like, real shaky. And that sort of goes through my entire body. And then also my legs have not been working so well. So it's really hard to describe. It's like the muscles in my legs are not recognizing that they've actually got a job to do. Maybe the signal's not getting from here to the legs. I'm not sure, but they just feel really weak. I have trouble walking because they don't want to hold me up. They don't really want to move very well, so I'm kind of shuffling around like an old lady, which is really embarrassing when you're 36 years old. So yeah, that's what it's been like the last few days. And when it gets like this, it really it terrifies me, because I'm aware of how many people with ME end up completely bedridden, end up in wheelchairs, and when my legs stop working like they're supposed to, I worry, has that time come? Am I going to be one of those statistics that's going to end up in a wheelchair and not be able to walk? And it scares the crap out of me, because like I said, I'm 36, almost 37. I've got my entire life ahead of me, and I don't really want to live it from a wheelchair or from my bed. I want to have a family, I want to have kids. I feel like I've still got a few more years to be able to do that, but I feel like with every passing moment, ME is robbing me and stealing my dreams, and it's not letting me live my life the way that I want to live it. There's so many things I want to do. There's so many places I want to see. I want to have children. ME's stealing it. You hear a lot about how ME sufferers were high achievers, and I was one of those. Growing up, I was really sporty. Netball was my sport. I lived and breathed netball 24/7, 365. It was everything. I captained my team. I coached junior teams. I umpired. I played Saturday games. I played twilight netball during the week. I played indoor netball during the week. So I was really sporty growing up. And even like when I first started to sort of get sick with this and with endometriosis and that sort of thing, I was studying at uni, and I was working 3 part-time jobs. So, I was always on the go, constantly. And as a result of this illness, I haven't finished my university degree. I'm not sporty. I mean, I can barely, I try to go to the gym when I'm having a good day, and then I end up on my ass in bed for the next day or two. It is debilitating. It steals who you are and who you identify with as a person, and you are left not able to do anything, wondering where the hell is my life going, and people don't understand. You lose friends, family don't understand, partners don't understand. It's one of the most horrible things I've ever experienced. I just want it to go away. I just want my life back.